Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Imtithal Mahmood, a goodwill ambassador for the UN Refugee Agency, a remarkable artist, scientist, survivor, and a truth teller.
If you are reading this, I forgive you. You have grown far from the heart of me, my child. Have lost the familiar love we held for one another in your first years of life. When you were young, you marveled at the plants and critters that ran across my bosom. You worshipped the water, drank from my rain, swam up and down my rivers. You laughed at each first snow and begged for sun on the cloudy days. You didn't hesitate to sink your fingers into the mud of me and tickle loose little seedlings, droplets, pebbles, and worms. How you built a refuge for every wayward wanderer, lining the kitchen shelves and jars of lightning bugs and butterflies. How you came to me, drinking the breeze from my trees, the honey, sap, and gum with joy and ease. You rested your head at my tender hearth, your weary body in my pockets. You loved me. You tended me before you knew what it was to tend, nurtured me before you knew what it was to nurture. Tiller, sower, farmer, green-thumbed little one, you knew me. Lately, you hurt me. You break and cut and tear into me, and I forgive you, for I am a part of you, like your brothers and sisters before you and those who are close to me now, so I forgive you. I forgive you again for the reaping you do with no intention to sow, again for the waste and greed and gluttony when you were young. You used to ask me why they do this. Once brothers and sisters, now staining the earth with the blood of your people, shaking apart the branches of your family tree. You losing ground and hope all in one fell swoop. You came to me, resting beneath the shade of date palms and magnolias. You begged me to make sense of it all. All I could offer you then was a promise that wherever you would go, you would find me. But lately, there isn't much left for me to promise. They dug pits into my thighs, have stolen the rubies, gold, and diamonds Maya placed in my thighs. I do all I can to heal, but my weary body won't clear away the hurt so easily. My waters rush but do not soothe. The air in my lungs suffocates the little ones. I cough and spew and gush and bruise, and it will not heal when a child of mine dies by my hands. Here, in the long-forgotten valley of your youth, visitors come not of their own accord, but by necessity. Abdul Ghani and Izdihara sink their fingers into the mud of me, saplings cling, and I am whole again. Hatim builds monuments to my skies, captures the sun, channels the lightning, and I am whole again. Luca and Layatu surround their homes and fruit born of me. The children eat and grow and are healthy, and I am whole again. Usman protests. It isn't mine alone to mend, he says. I need you to build and build again, to make new, to bring forth life from relentless earth, making an oasis of charred terrain, to create refuge from only scar tissue and lightning strikes. Let me be more to you than just a final resting place. Let me do more for you than call you home, child of mine. If you are reading this, I need you. Your mother. If this land, thank you, if this land could talk, would she thank us, praise us? Would she ridicule us or beg us? Would her voice be gentle, weary, disdainful? Would it shake with sorrow, with rage? I used to wonder about these things all of the time. At 11 years old, I watched my neighbor's house crumble before my eyes. The floodwaters came and washed away the earth and clay people used to build their homes. To see her wade through her home like that, to watch her try to salvage all that she had left. Our country was already locked in turmoil, and now the earth began to purge us too. If you could stop the next tornado from hitting your home, the next hurricane from wiping out your city, the next drought from starving your people, the next lightning strike from ending your life, wouldn't you? The locusts in the Horn of Africa, the ice in Chicago, the floods in South Sudan, the fires in California, Australia, the threat of rain that won't stop or rest that won't come. We are at the precipice of possible change, a turning point that can and will define us. Fire or ice? How will the world end? I don't know. And I don't want to find out. Not in this generation, and not in the next. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in welcoming the visionary Yemi Akinyemi Della, a multidisciplinary artist and the founder and CEO of Moonshot Platform.
Je m'en bats les couilles, c'est dangereux sa mère. Je vois que des barreaux en fer. La bécane crie et chante de l'enfer. Sur un gros fer, bah ouais. Chante la bécane, j'fume la peur. Je m'en bats les couilles, c'est dangereux sa mère. Je vois que des barreaux en fer. La bécane crie et chante de l'enfer. Sur un gros fer, bah ouais, bah ouais.
Tonight, we are going to dance, we're going to sing, we're going to celebrate the amazing young leaders from literally every corner of this world. But every time when I think about events like this, I always want to make sure we don't forget about people who are not with us here right now. When yesterday I, for the first time, saw the winners of and finalists of Moonshot Awards, it was the first time after we spoke to them over Zoom, went with them through different evaluation rounds, and I, for the first time, felt them being in a room and understood what immense distance they have passed. How far did they go? We have people from Uganda, we have people from Lebanon, we have people from South Korea. We have people from literally everywhere. And they are here with us. Now they are safe. But unfortunately, it doesn't go for their families. It doesn't go for their neighbors. And I just want to acknowledge it. I was always thinking, how do I feel when I was younger and I would go to these receptions, tables full of food, people nicely dressed, and speaking of charity, speaking of, what can we do for the world from New York? Thinking about, we know what they need. We will solve it. This is not what Moonshot is about. We don't want to solve it. We want to support people who are proximate to the problems, who are there at the front lines. That's what Moonshot is about. We want to make sure that these people are heard. We want to make sure that it is the generation that will inherit everything that's in this world today, that we give them a chance to shape the world they will inherit. And that's what tonight is about. I was thinking, how can we actually do this right? When In one place, we are mourning loved ones when they pass, when they transition in silence. In another place, we mourn them by dancing and celebrating and being joyful about their life. Each culture in this room is so different. How can we make this right? How can we make sure that we can actually understand each other? How can we make sure that we can actually pull in same direction? Is it possible? Can we do that? I think that tonight we will be faced with question. When you meet people in this room, you will be faced with question. Do I want to be heard or do I want to be found? Do I want to be knowledgeable or do I want to be understanding? Do I want to be justified or do I want to be forgiving? Do I want to be right or do I just want to be kind? Ask this question and explore the distance. The biggest distance we will ever take. The distance from your mind to your heart. And we will start exploring that distance right now by moving. I want to tell you something about movement, and I hope you will move with me. Life happens when you add rhythm to the movement. Whether it is the movement of celestial bodies circling around each other, rhythm of sun and earth and moon, whether it is the movement of act of procreation, rhythm of hearts beating in our chest, when our rhythms get synced, when we get synced, something powerful happens. Like a wordless language at the precipice of mathematics and love and wonder that allows us to understand each other unconditionally. For past maybe 20 years, I've traveled around the world and met amazing young people who are doing amazing things. But I also met with indigenous people and with tribal leaders. I was with them seeing close up how do they move, how are they moved. I sit with them through their ceremonies and rituals. I was with them when they were mourning, losing a loved one, or celebrating, welcoming new life. And when I looked really, really close, I discovered in that movement another kind of intelligence. But even here tonight, when you look at each other, how do we move through events like this, through these situations, through these places? There's so much you can say about a person just by how he or she is walking down the street. Movement changes perspective. The way we move our bodies, our body language, the way how we move closer to things, gaining proximity, how we move other people. All that movement changes who we are. There is freedom in the movement. And freedom is a condition necessary for life to thrive. Now tell me, because this is not gonna be just me talking and people here talking and you being quiet. Tell me, what do you imagine when you hear the word freedom? Let me go back there. What do you imagine when you hear the word freedom? Let's ask the young people. Who consider yourself young here? Woo! What do you imagine when you hear freedom?
Life.
A life.
Possibilities.
Possibilities.
Autonomy.
Autonomy.
Desire.
Desire.
Connection.
Connection.
Choice.
Choice. How about this table? Reza from Bangladesh. Flexibility. Air. Vojta?
I guess when I wake up in the morning and I'm brushing my teeth, so I can decide if I can start, like down here, up here.
all that freedom is actually defining how we grow, what shape do we take, and how much freedom do our young people have. When I hear freedom, what I imagine is fight. When I was born, it was 1981 in Czechoslovakia, behind the Iron Curtain, in a communist country, and we could not move out of the country. We were, me and my mom. By the way, I want to acknowledge my father is sitting right there, and my uncle is also there. And I want to acknowledge that all that fight has never stopped. It is still here with us. We fought for democracy, but today many of the young people, you will see how they fight for what they think is right. Fighting for autonomy, fighting for free speech, fighting for free movement, fighting for freedom, which is important. And that's also why we are here. And I think that the best way we can equip these young people to have a good fight is education.
Sometimes, true education requires unlearning, just as true innovation reveals what has always been hidden in plain sight. The Moonshot Learning Award. Please welcome Tommy Lauper, Vice President for Enterprise Development at the Aspen Institute, and a dedicated Moonshot Awards jury member and mentor.
Can you all hear? Yep, perfect. I first just want to give thanks to Yemi for bringing us together and, as usual, creating the most incredible, inspiring environment for us to be in. So, Yemi, thank you for this Moonshot journey. So I'm Tommy Loper, and I have the pleasure of introducing the Moonshot Award for Learning. This is a community that I care so deeply about, and it is so lovely to present some of the finalists in the work that they are doing right now. For me, the notion of moonshot really began as a kid. I am a space nerd, I always have been, and seeing the footage of people landing on the moon and the ability for us to reach such great heights and apply our collective learning and willpower to achieve great things was inspiring to me, and it still is, and very much the ethos of what this Moonshot program is.
Tommy?
Yes.
I'm so sorry, I have to say it. I will ask for the service not to be active when there are speakers, please. Okay, only on the food breaks. I'm so sorry this intermezzo is necessary. We are broadcasting into the whole world. Thank you so much. Sorry.
No, it's okay. Thank you. And I think, one of the things that really stood out to me as a young person, looking at this great achievement of sending people into space, was the opportunity to look back and the transformative view that offers us to see our human collective, to see the fragility of our planet, to not just take things for granted, but to really hold things in perspective, which is known as the overview effect, as Antonio knows so well. So these Moonshot goals are not just ambitious and critical to advancing humanity, they're also transformative. They shift our mindsets. They shift how we are able to engage with one another and imagine what is possible. And so the Moonshot awardees that we're recognizing tonight are all doing the same. They're striving, they're pushing boundaries, they're creating breakthroughs, and at the same time, they are helping us to reimagine ourselves, to see ourselves a little bit more differently, a little bit more collectively. And I'm so pleased to speak to the Award for Learning, because what a moment we are in as a human species to celebrate people who are trying to push our learning right now, our unlearning, our relearning, and how we can look at things again differently. So, without further ado, I would love to recognize the finalists of the Moonshot Prize for Learning. If you are in the room, I'm going to ask you to stand, starting with Stanley Anigboyu from Nigeria with Lighted Impact. Also here is Tamara Hofer of Austria. And not present with us tonight is Katarina Sadova of Czech Republic. Please remain standing. Please remain standing. Thank you. And most of the night, we're going to be recognizing one winner. But tonight, we are going to be recognizing multiple winners because the prize was so compelling for us to award. And so let's see who the first winner is.
Born in Onitsha, Nigeria in 1999, Stanley Anugbogu grew up as the eldest of 5 siblings. In the bustling everyday reality of his responsibilities and environment, he often escaped into the vivid world of his imagination. On his TV screen, Tony Stark, brilliant, inventive, unstoppable, brought a spark. Stanley dreamed of becoming a real-life problem solver. As a high school student of Nigeria, those dreams felt like they would never leave the pages of his notebook. But then, light came. For a young child in Nigeria, light means so much more. It means help, the promise of healing. It means wealth, the power to thrive. It means education, the chance to learn. And it means perseverance, a future sustained. Stanley, you saw this. You saw light, a lifeline, teaching kids how to transform plastic and scrap into solar solutions that illuminate homes. Through Light Ed, Stanley has become a symbol of resilience, of possibility, a reminder that innovation can come from anywhere. My guy, you do this one. Please join me in welcoming Stanley Anugbogu, recipient of the Moonshot Learning Award 2024.
Speech prepared. I think I've forgotten it. Thank you so much to Moonshot, the entire team. I think this means a lot to me. Seeing the pictures, those pictures are very old pictures. And they reminded me of where I have come from and the power of innovation and education and how it can transform lives. And I think this is a strong platform for the work we are doing at Lighted, using access to energy and recycling materials for a tool for education and empowerment. And I want to say a huge thank you to the Moonshot team, the board, the founders, the donors, and thank you to every young person out there that is doing the work. Nelson Mandela once said, when you let your light shine, literally, you give others permission for theirs to shine as well. So let's keep shining and let's reach for the moon. Thank you.
And we have one more winner to celebrate as well for the Moonshot Award for Learning. Let's see who that is.
They say Lady Justice is blind and unyielding, ruthless and cold. But those who say that have never truly known her. For Lady Justice, her heart beats with empathy, just like Tamara Hofer. Born in Vienna 1997, Tamara was raised with Austrian roots and Czech resilience. From a young age, she saw injustice, and while many turned their heads, she turned her heart outwards, standing for others when no one else would. In the corridors of the prison service, she found not only suffering, but resilience, trust, and untold potential. Through Richtun's Vexel, she creates space for transformation, with a mission to support prison services and inspire social change. to truly leave no one behind. Leading a predominantly women-driven team in a male-dominated field, Tamara challenges stereotypes and fosters trust, empathy, and understanding. Tamara, if I'm being honest, you're badass. And justice is most definitely not blind, because she's got eyes like you. Join me to celebrate Tamara Hoover, recipient of the Moonshot Learning Award 2024.
Thanks so much. I'm extremely humbled to be on this stage, and thank you so much to Yemi and the Moonshot program and platform for giving this opportunity. 5 years ago, I walked my first prison landing, and I was shit scared, to be honest with you. And I saw so much, but what I really saw was a beacon of one thing, and that was humanity. I didn't expect to find so much humanity in prison, but I actually saw the most of humanity I could ever have seen. And since then, I've been plagued with the question how to show that humanity outside of prisons, because prisons are, by default, out of sight, out of mind. Lock them away, throw away the key, right? But I made it my mission to change that. I made it my mission to ensure that each and every one of you and of society understands what meaning is of leaving no one behind. Because leaving no one behind, the promise of the SDGs, is truly about no one. And that includes people who are incarcerated. And this is just the beginning. We're gonna make it, and we're gonna make a change. Thank you so much.
In our next category, we celebrate the transformative. In our next category, we celebrate the transformative power of creativity with the Moonshot Art for Peace Award. Please welcome Alyssa Sue Lynch, a professional dancer turned global business leader and a valued board member of both The Honest Company and American Ballet Theater.
Good evening. It is my honor to present the Art for Peace Award in New York City tonight. Art has always demonstrated the transformative power to transcend both language and borders. And in 1990, I had the opportunity to travel to Prague, a city full of art, for the first time with the Limon Dance Company. I performed Jose Limon's Misa Brevis, which is a dance that commemorates the cities and the lives of people destroyed in World War II. And in 1990, that was shortly after the fall of the communist regime. This past summer, I had the opportunity to return to Prague and to the Czech Republic to mentor for the Moonshot Camp. And I met some incredible young leaders, and they reminded me again of the transformative power of creativity. And tonight, it's an honor to celebrate the finalists for the Art for Peace Award. So the finalists are, not here today, Aradita Parazrampuria from India with Cell Sense. And please stand, Brendan Hall from the United States. with Out There. And Kevin Jin Kwan Kim from Canada and South Korea with What Did They Say? And let's see who the winner is.
뭐래?
Hello?
뭐래? 뭐래? 왜 뭐래? 뭐래? 야, 뭐래? 어?
I'm talking to my mother. And Sophia.
뭐래? 뭐래?
Kevin, please join me.
Art makes us see, and art makes us feel seen. But in the realm of seeing and feeling, nothing matches the depth of film. In a world where attention spans shrink, and a content pandemic floods our screens, telling meaningful stories that speak to the heart, breaking through the noise and limitations of our time, is a calling for the truly gifted. Kevin's piece, What Did They Say?, is proof of this gift. To tell a story so nuanced, so deeply personal, and make it resonate with every one of us. Growing up in Vancouver, Canada, in the largest Korean community in the country, Kevin Jin Kwan Kim was immersed in a vibrant blend of culture and traditions. From the streets of Vancouver to the lens in his hand, Kevin has given us a window into a world beyond ours, challenging us to look with kindness, to center our humanity first. Please join me in welcoming Kevin Jin Kwan Kim, recipient of the Moonshot Arts for Peace Award 2024.
Hi. Wow, what an honor. The past 48 hours has been absolutely incredible. The Moonshot experience has never been so much inspiring. So as you saw, I'm a filmmaker, and I really believe in the power of telling your story. Especially in today's landscape of media, it's become all about numbers and what gets the most views. And I think when media is more consumed than ever, I think it's more important to think about what we are actually creating and consuming. And so as a filmmaker, my mission is to create films that spark conversations about social causes that deserve more attention, and to speak for my community as a Korean Canadian immigrant. So thank you so much to the Moonshot platform for this amazing honor, and have a great rest of the night.
Embodying the spirit of boundless human potential, we proudly present the Moonshot Borderless Award. Please join us in welcoming Ruben Segala, Chief Marketing Officer at Well and a founding member of the Moonshot team and a founding partner of the Moonshot platform.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ruben Segala, and it's my honor to present the Moonshot Borderless Award today. Over the past couple of years, I've had the privilege of working with refugees and asylum seekers in their efforts to obtain protective status in this country. Our interactions are largely of the administrative sort. I'm helping them with their paperwork and to coordinate with lawyers. But in those exchanges, you can't help but get to know these families a little bit. And after you have one episode after another, there are some common themes that seem to occur. First, the circumstances by which they present themselves and how we got to our interactions are universally treacherous and often heartbreaking. But if you lean in a bit and you hear more of their story, something else more fundamental gets revealed. There is, underpinning this journey, this unyielding sense of optimism, a belief that one can take control of his or her circumstances and change it for the better, and that through resourcefulness and resilience, that you can make a commitment to change your life and to contribute to a positive and lasting impact in this lifetime. Now, these stories hit home for me because for all my childhood and my early adulthood, I was an illegal immigrant. Illegal was the label that I lived under, and in the parlance of today's times, I suppose I would have been called a criminal or an invader. Or worse. But if you had the experiences that I had with these refugees and these asylum seekers in the forums in which we're interacting, it's hard not to conclude that these labels say much more about us than they do about them. And it's in that spirit of resilience and resourcefulness that we present the Borderless Award today. Meeting with the participants and nominees for this category was just truly inspiring. The hardships and displacement that they described was really incredible, but again, at the core of those interactions was this spirit of optimism and this unyielding commitment to make a lasting and positive impact in this lifetime. So, with that, I would like to announce our nominees and ask each of you, if you're in the room, to please stand. Nyankuru Shadrach from Rwanda with ATT Circular Solutions. Chantal Zuzi from the Democratic Republic of Congo with Refugee Company. Mohammed Zubair Madni from Pakistan, the Cholistan Center of Excellence. So please, let us know who the winner is.
Dear Mohammed, we've only spoken a couple of times and you barely know me, but I've read a lot about you. Apart from the fact that you were born in Cholistan, Bahawalpur, Pakistan in 1998, I think we have quite a lot in common. Growing up in a space that looked nothing like what I dreamed of, seeing someone achieve what once felt impossible proves the world is a playground of endless possibilities for those who dare to dream. From the deserts of Cholistan to the halls of Manchester, your work has bridged education, healthcare, and opportunities to over 10,000 individuals. Thank you for being a beacon of hope for your community, for me, and for countless others. With deep admiration, I say congratulations. Mohammed Zubair Madni, winner of the Moonshot Borderless Award 2024.
Thank you. Let me just say something before I get emotional and start crying. Looking at these pictures and then reminding my days growing up in a desert environment where there was nothing outside of our home. Living clueless when I didn't know if there is any world that exists beyond this desert. The internet and mobile phone was a thing that connect me to the world and that bring me here. I started learning by myself through the internet, through mobile devices, get into university, got a bachelor's degree, then got a scholarship to go to Manchester to do a master's. Now I'm doing PhD at the University of Cambridge. My whole journey has been possible because of the power of internet and the technology that we have. But still, there are so many children like me in that desert environment. Those are still lacking those opportunities. They are still behind the bar of digital connectivity. They are still being included into the digital connected world. And I think this award, this prize money, and this recognition means a world to me and a world to all of them. Those are people are looking for these opportunities. And I can't thank enough to Moonshot Award, everyone here, for recognition, for bringing us here, and for providing all the support. And I hope I will be able to achieve my dream of bringing those people to the digitally connected world and bridge this digital divide that we are having right now in this world. Thank you very much for having me.
One of the great honors that we have as part of the Moonshot Committee is that we get to be introduced to an extraordinary collection of young leaders from around the world who really inspire us and make us reconsider, how do we best support and acknowledge all the things that they're doing. And what we found this year in particular, there were a couple of participants and nominees who truly sort of defied our existing categories. And we were so impressed and honored to have them as part of this process that tonight we wanted to acknowledge them with special recognition. And if they're here, we would love for them to come and address the audience tonight. And so the first of special Moonshot recognition is in the category of Moonshot Resilience. And this goes to Chantal Zuzi.
Thank you so much. I'm so overwhelmed. Thank you for this recognition, Moonshot. This is not just for me, it's for so many young refugee girls around the world, and to just tell them that their values and their values and their dreams matters. I just believe that a refugee can be so much more than her past. She can be educated. She can be financially independent. She can be anything she dreams. But what it takes for a refugee to be anything, what does it take? And what did it take for me to be anything? And this is what I'm trying to solve with my project, Refugee Can Be. And I hope that if you all agree that a refugee can be anything, please join me. And we will show the world that a refugee can be. Thank you.
Finally, our last special recognition of the night goes to an individual who was quite unique in the numbers of ways that they demonstrated their sort of global reach and their, at such a youthful age, ability to connect with leaders from around the world. And so if Lillian Dayanda is here, would you please stand as our Moonshot Global Connector? Lillian.
You can see a lot of foods here. So you all know that we have to maintain our nutrients. Just like we eat food, crop types also need its own nutrients. But when it comes to farmers in Sri Lanka and most of the global south countries, they are having difficulties to understand what type of nutrients that they need to maintain in order to plant their crop types. So that is why my startup, LZN Agro, is providing a platform for them to measure their soil and then integrate their fertilizers with their crop types and increase their crop yield efficiently with the digital inclusion. Thank you. I would like to thank Moonshot Platform for giving me this recognition and supporting me to empower small-scale farmers to bring more food for your plates. Thank you.
Safety is the shield, health is the strength, and well-being is the reward. Our next award shines a spotlight on health, the Moonshot Health Award. Please join us in welcoming Rashad Robinson, a dedicated Moonshot Camp mentor and president of Color of Change, the nation's largest racial justice organization.
Good evening. It is such a beautiful room, and it is such an honor to be with all of you tonight as we, in this moment, uplift determination, brilliance, and grit, oftentimes in the face of so much challenge and so much doubt. Thank you, Yemi, for bringing us together. Thank you for your vision. Thank you for your creativity. And to all the young people and to the mentors who have guided the young people, thank you for helping to create this night. As a racial justice leader, I think a lot about what does it mean to believe a better world is possible, to be able to fight for something that you can't actually see, to be able to dream of something that you may not even have a context for. My first sort of interaction with that was, in so many ways, growing up and going into the voting booth, which is such a kind of interesting and contentious thing in this country of the United States, and particularly as a Black person in the United States. The fight to be able to be heard, the fight to be able to make sure that your voice is counted. I would go into the voting booth with my grandfather, and he would put me on his shoulders and ask me to read the names to him. And we had these lever machines, and he would let me pull the lever. And I always thought that something exciting was happening, and I didn't find out till after my grandfather had died that he couldn't read or write. He never got a formal education, and because of all of the ways in which opportunity is not distributed equally, and meritocracy is not actually a thing that truly exists. I am always, always inspired by the idea of him wanting to participate, even though so many didn't want to participate. And in so many ways, that is what this work is about. It is about fighting to be heard and counted and visible, regardless of whether you are privileged or vulnerable. in the majority or the minority, or in favor or out of favor with whoever may be in power. And so the folks here who we are honoring tonight, who we are uplifting tonight, are working to build platforms, working to build privilege, working to build more access for something as sacred as our health, as our ability to be whole, as our ability to have joy and have opportunity. Because joy is not the absence of pain, but the presence of aspiration. So it gives me a great honor to be able to introduce the nominees. Carla Jamal from Syria, with the first platform for physical and mental health in Syria. Jefferson Chin from Canada, with universal contraceptive access in rural Nigeria. And Sami Dayer from Lebanon, with the Safe Community. Can the nominees all please stand? Now let's play the video.
Space. Noun. A continuous area or expanse which is free, available, or unoccupied. Samir Daher, born in Beirut, Lebanon in 1997, was obsessed with space, dreaming of Mars, Venus, Jupiter, a future beyond the stars. But as Providence will have it, Samir, a pharmacist, a clinical researcher, and an advocate for health and humanity, was not born to explore space. He was born to hold space. And so the Safe Community was born. In the Middle East, where conversations about bodies, love, and identity are tucked away behind curtains of taboo, he made space. Space to exist. Because space isn't just a noun, it's a mission. It's Samir's calling, a platform of light, of navigation, and a sanctuary of support for those too afraid to seek it. Through the Safe Community, where voices in the Middle East find strength and sexual health is understood without shame. Samir, your story reminds us all that dreams don't just orbit planets, they orbit purpose, passion, and people. Please join me in celebrating Samir Daher, recipient of the Moonshot Health Award 2024.
Hi, thank you so much. Thank you to the Moonshot platform. Actually, this is for every person who has the right to proper sexual health education. So every gay person who has the right for safe practices, safe sex practices. To every woman living in a refugee camp who has the right to access proper feminine hygiene. To every person living with HIV who has the right to know how to lead a healthy lifestyle. I promise you, this is only the beginning, and I promise you to be the safe space and the safe community that we are building today. And to my fellow Moonshotters, a small message. We are not the future. We are the now, we are the present, and we are paving the way and creating the narrative for many generations to come. Thank you so much.
The best way to predict the future is to create it. Let's recognize visionary business leaders with the Moonshot Industry Changemaker Award. Please welcome Yvonne Howe, Secretary of Economic Development for the state of Massachusetts, 2019 Henry Crown Fellow at the Aspen Institute, and a founding partner of the Moonshot Platform.
Where's Yemi? Where did Yemi go? Yemi. Can we all just give it up for Yemi? Woo! I just want to say what an honor and tremendous privilege it is to be here tonight, and I want to say something about my friend Yemi. So I first met Yemi in August of 2019 because I'm a Henry Crown Fellow. Raise your hand if you're a Henry Crown Fellow. There's a whole bunch of us. Okay, so most of us have all been successful in some way, but we're all very boring. So when you look at the bios, we're all, CEOs of big companies, we're tech founders, we're journalists, we're all very boring. And then I read Yemi's bio, and you all heard his background about how he grew up in Czech Republic with his amazing Nigerian father, and then he moved and became a dancer and a choreographer, hanging out with Kanye West and going on MTV and doing all this cool stuff. And then I got to meet Yemi, and then I got to know Yemi. And he's now become one of my nearest and dearest friends who inspires me every day with all that he does, especially including this. So many of us, who've had some success in life talk about what are we going to do next? What's the next fund we're going to start, the next startup, the next, trip we're going to take to Asia or to Europe. Yemi talks about how he's going to change the world by inspiring young people with creativity. He talks about going to the moon. And I remember this idea that when he talked about Moonshot, and I remember then having it come to life a little bit and becoming a judge and listening to these stories and being so blown away by all of these young people and all the work they're doing. And then I remember the first Moonshot camp, and then to be here tonight with all of you at this dinner, with these videos, it's truly remarkable, Yemi. So congratulations not only to you, but to the whole Moonshot team. So now I'm very honored also to get to present this award. This award is the Moonshot Industry Changemaker Award. And this is a very cool organization that's winning it. So I think we just have one award winner. So it goes to my table mate here, who I've been chatting with and learning a ton about, to an organization called More Than Equal, Tom Stanton. They're helping women win F1 races. So we have equality everywhere, especially on the racetrack. So Tom, come tell us about More Than Equal. Congratulations.
The myth I hear most often about women's participation in motorsport is that they are not physically capable enough or psychologically suited. There is no reason why a woman shouldn't be winning Formula One races. Women and girls simply do not get the same level of support, and that is where More Than Equal sits. We are addressing that challenge.
The More Than Equal Driver Development Programme has been designed to identify and select the best up-and-coming female drivers and then wrap around a single system of support that brings together technical and tactical coaching that enables those drivers to flourish.
A not-for-profit, independent programme designed to find and develop the world's first Formula One female world champion. Only if you build that system will you allow the hundreds to follow the one. Finding the first one is going to crack that dam. Because once you found the first female Formula One world champion, you stop talking about whether it's possible for women to compete in Formula One, and you start talking about how many more can we find.
So in a Formula One race, your heart reaches about 180 beats per minute. So right now, I am in a Formula One race. Sport has an incredible ability to bring people together, and motorsport has been growing over a number of years with an increase in population of women up to 40% with the advent of Drive to Survive, which I know that many of you will have watched. But less than 10%, close to 5% of the people that are actually in the race themselves are women. And More Than Equal, we're just not very happy about that. Now, we're not doing our job because we want to make ourselves some money. We're not doing this because we want to get the accolades. We're doing this because we shouldn't have to. This shouldn't be the thing. Women should be able to compete in motor racing just as they compete in anything else. We scoured the globe, we looked at over 1,000 drivers, and we picked the 6 best that we could find. And over the next 10 years, we want to develop those into the future medal-winning, world champion-winning drivers of the future. Moonshot, thank you so much for recognizing us. This is absolutely blown us away. And I have to say that this is not just me. I have a brilliant team, far better than I, that managed to help us make this a reality. Thank you so much to everyone, and have a great night.
Okay, so, did you want the photo? Yay. Okay, so Yemi asked me to help us transition to the next phase, which means everyone gets to eat. But before we do that, I want to just share one reflection, which is, how many of you are from Massachusetts? We have some of us in the house. Yay, yes. So when I think about Yemi in this event, I think a lot about a president from Massachusetts, John F. Kennedy. And I think Tommy spoke about his love of space. John F. Kennedy was the president in the 1960s who challenged the country to put a man on the moon. And he gave a speech about that, and he said, "We choose to go to the moon, not because it's easy, but because it is hard." And that is what all these young people are doing. They are solving the hardest problems around healthcare, around arts, around immigration, around all of these big problems that we're facing, not because it's easy, but because it is hard. And we are living in really challenging times right now. We have multiple world wars, we have the climate change, we have divisiveness, we have a new administration coming in here and across the world, many different political changes every day. And what gives me tremendous hope and optimism are these young people who are solving these problems. And so we're going to have a chance, not just to eat dinner, but also to support Moonshot and to support this effort with the auction. And I would urge all of us, let's do our part to affect and improve the things that we can change, which includes supporting all of these amazing young leaders and Moonshot. So enjoy dinner, congratulations, let's go Moonshot.
Part of what we do at Moonshot is readings. We read texts that are raising questions about genetic modification of kids, about war. We read all texts, Plato, Allegory of Cave. We read new texts, Trevor Noah, Born a Crime. And we use those texts to allow us to understand how do we differ and how we disagree with each other. And we try to sit in the disagreement with respect, with humility, and with trying to understand each other. Big part of the Moonshot Camp is also something we call embodiment and embodied leadership. What this is that we are trying not to only think with our minds, but we try to make decisions and ask our bodies, what does my gut think about that? What does my heart think about it? How do I feel when I step into the decision? Because who we are, our character, is how we decide about who we are and how we move through life. I spoke about movement when we started today. And just now, within the last 20 minutes, you've made things move in places that you have never been. And you've made connections. I want to invite you into one moment of inner movement, movement within the body, movement on the inside. When I traveled around the world, I met with different tribal leaders. I spoke about it. And one of the tribes I knew is tribes of Amaya. It's the tribes from Andes. And they believe that when you go through life, you point forward when you speak about the past, and you point backward when you speak about the future. Would you know why? Would you guess why? You don't know what will happen. Yes, because they believe that we walk through life backwards. That every step we take, we don't know where we go. We only look into the past. So a few years ago, when Midjourney came on, was created and ChatGPT, I took this as an inspiration and I asked AI to animate my life from the past into the future. I created this little black boy sitting in a room, and then I had the future to be revealed moving backwards. So from the 80s to the fall of the Berlin Wall, the Velvet Revolution, my first trip to LA, my first mentor in Aspen Institute, then going to space, flying to moon, and then I continued with the AI to take me further and further into my future, but backwards. And when I saw the animation, I was like, wow, I love how this could be used. And I created a little moment that I share with people around the world, with our young leaders. And I would like to invite you to experience that moment as well. So this is an invitation. You don't have to go there. You can do it. It's part of the embodiment practice that we do. But I invite you to close your eyes, take a deep breath, and feel where you sit on the chair, feel the weight of your body, and feel how you breathe. Breathe into your stomach, breathe into your shoulders, into your throat, into your spine, and try to remember your first house. Try to remember your first place that you call home. Let's bring the music a little bit louder, just a little bit, and the lights down. Let's dim the lights. Imagine the first place and see yourself in that room. Look at yourself. Look at your hair. Look at the little boy or the little girl. See your hair. Look in your eyes. See how your skin was. And imagine, was it a day? Was it a night? Was it hot? Was it spring? Was it summer? Was there wind? Remember that first home and remember who was around you. Maybe there was family, maybe there was your grandma, maybe grandpa, maybe there was mother, father. And then slowly allow the time to pass. Allow the time to move and you moving backwards through those times. Imagine your first love. Imagine your first move when you had to move out. Imagine when you had your first disappointment, your struggle. Imagine everything you had to overcome to be where you are today. Imagine how you win. Imagine who you became and why. And when you arrive to this moment, to your age, try to go past it. Try to go into the future and dare to imagine what is there for you. Everything you learned and everything you went through. What is it that you're going forward to? Take a deep breath and exhale. One more into your shoulders. And last one, and very slowly open your eyes whenever you're ready. I will ask the lights of the room to go down, please, and welcome back. And I just always feel when we do this that when you imagine people around you, they all come from that moment of being that child in that first home. And that's something that we have all in common. For some of us, that feeling, that experience is beautiful. For some of us, that feeling and experience is daunting. For some of us, there were people who loved us. For some of us, there were people who are missing. But it all connects us, not just with each other, but also with the young leaders that we are here today to celebrate. So thank you for being brave to go through this very short exercise that allows us to just step out of our story of who we are. And with that, I also want to just appreciate, because this is one of the last moments where I got to have a chance to speak to you, to people who have built this. Because many people were thanking me, but I just have to thank the people that are behind this. I want to thank my board. I want to thank Alex Brown. I want to thank Jan Bednar. I want to thank Chris Varela, who is not here. I want to thank Ranji Nagaswamy. I want to thank Vít Horký, who is also not here. And also partners, many people here today, like Tomáš Salomon, like Andrea, like I could say like Ruben, who was with me from the very beginning, and there were Sundays when we would have to come to the phone from different time zones and just like get together. And in the beginning of Moonshot, this was just on a paper, and I was just explaining it with my hands and with my, and everybody was like, isn't this too complex? Do you really want to do this? Like, why should you be doing this? And there was just few people who would believe it. Few companies who would be willing to give money and really support this wild dream. Why should someone from Czech Republic be building a global platform? So I want to do the same for the young people and trust them that they can. There's many more people in the room that I don't have time to thank to every single one of you, but I really, really appreciate you. So thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting. And the night is not over. We're going to have one more moment, and then will be dessert, and then 3 main categories. Thank you for sticking here. I will ask Erin Galagos, our COO, please come over. So Erin just arrived a few months ago, but she's been with Moonshot for many, many years. And Erin, thank you so much for being part of Moonshot, for helping me to navigate. It's not easy to work with me, so she is really, she's really strong to be able to manage all of the complexity. And the stage is yours, and you have an announcement to make.
I do have an announcement to make. Thank you, Yemi. It is an absolute pleasure to be able to work with Moonshot and to have seen it grow and to have seen the way that the young people who Moonshot is trying to influence are also influencing Moonshot and our mission. And one of the things that they are absolutely doing is dragging us into the future with technology as well. So I want to show you something. Lucas mentioned it in the auction, but maybe it is a little bit difficult to understand without seeing it. So I want to show you something that we are planning to build and experiment with a little bit in 2025 and beyond with Moonshot. And this is going to be a way to support our Moonshotters, to make our application process more accessible, to make it more of a learning journey from the very, very beginning. And also to help our Moonshotters contribute to a body of knowledge that can also help those who come after them. So this is a really big experiment, but we're really happy to bring you the first look of what we are calling the Moonies. And so I will just let the Moonies introduce themselves, I think.
Hey everyone, I'm Bunmi, your SDG expert. The Sustainable Development Goals are all about creating a future where people and the planet thrive together. My specialty? The first 4 goals: no poverty, 0 hunger, good health and well-being, and quality education. I'm here to help you dream big and align your vision with these global priorities. My fellow Moonies are specialists in the other goals, so we've got the full spectrum covered.
I'm Idris, your go-to for SDGs 5 through 8. Gender equality, clean water and sanitation, affordable and clean energy, and decent work and economic growth. I'm like a human rights advocate, economist, and energy consultant rolled into one. Because with AI power, I can do it all. Let's break barriers and create solutions that work for everyone, everywhere.
Hi, I'm Becca. Moonshot is all about empowering young changemakers who are making a real difference in their communities. Hi there, I'm Carmen. I'm all about innovation, sustainability, and smarter choices. My expertise? SDGs 9 through 12. Industry, innovation, and infrastructure, reduced inequalities, sustainable cities, and responsible consumption. I'm obsessed with the circular economy and how everyday choices, like what we wear, how we move, or how we design our cities, can spark massive change. Ready to take your ideas to the next level? Let's do this.
Hi, I'm Alan. I'm an AI assistant created to help people learn about Moonshot platform. I'm super passionate about supporting young changemakers who are working to make the world a better place. Moonshot is all about finding and empowering these incredible young people. Supporting young dreamers is crucial for a brighter future. Their fresh ideas and boundless energy can spark real change in our world.
Thank you, Moonies, and thanks to all of you. I hope that we'll be able to start building this in the future. Actually, we've started building it, as you can see, and we'll be carrying it on. So hopefully our young changemakers will get a chance to interact with these Moonies over the coming weeks and months and help us to improve them and to make them a more useful assistant for our future moonshotters. And now we're going to see some probably less experimental and more further along examples of AI for good that some of our young leaders and change makers are doing. So help me welcome in the next category, and thank you all. Yeah.
The greatest tools reflect the values of their makers. Up next is the Moonshot AI for Good Award 2024. Please join us in welcoming Ranji Nagaswamy, founding partner of the Finance Leadership Fellowship at the Aspen Institute, Chief Strategy Officer at SVP Global, and a valued Moonshot board member.
You know, if you're like me, you're probably here after a difficult year. We've been challenged with our political ideologies to acknowledge differences. We're challenged with humanitarian crises, wars that were not the making of the people who suffer from them. And we are challenged by a tremendous leap forward in technology that we don't understand, that many of us are very, very hopeful about, and yet are right to fear. But before we get into AI and the amazing work that some of our Moonshot youth leaders are working on, I just want to reflect a moment on something that I hope binds us all. And that is a belief. A belief, not a hope, but a belief in human possibility. And at the core of that belief is the following philosophy: that one person, a singular individual, joined by many others, animated by a passionate idea, that they decide to spend their lives committed to work upon and make real. That those individuals create the needed change we need to see in this world. That is Yemi Dele for all of us who are here tonight. Where is that man? Behind that curtain again? We are here because you dream the impossible dream. Yet, and you still use your hands a lot, you are making it all possible. Not just for yourself, but for those of us that were in Prague and saw the magic being made. Saw so many of you all dressed up tonight. Oh my gosh, Moonshot campers, you are beautiful. You're all grown up. Simon is in a tie, and he's 17. Oh my gosh. But those of us that were there, who sat beside you, who were in seminar rooms with you, on trains with you, thinking with you, helping you dream bigger, helping you achieve your dreams, recognize that what Yemi is doing is seeing that very, very same possibility in each of you. So thank you. We are here to support you, to cheer you on, perhaps to give you that kick in the pants when you flag a little bit, but to really thank you for having the courage, the audacity, and the belief that you can do this. So thank you. Moonshot AI for Good Award. This is an extraordinary category, and to see the level of innovation, ideas, enthusiasm for this category has just been tremendous. So we have three finalists, and as I say your name, please stand up. Riza Abdullah from Bangladesh. Thomas Terhemba James from Nigeria. Where is Thomas? And Ahmed Rufai from Nigeria also. Where is Ahmed? And we have a winner, and the winner is... Can I give you this?
Born intention. Right in the little town of Boroko, Benue State, Nigeria. In the year 1995, a rare gem was formed. Surrounded by the struggles of education, the darkness of a life without electricity, the weight of poverty, a young Nigerian boy with a heart full of compassion. He had heard the news. A family lost to carbon monoxide poisoning, a tragedy that struck deep. His young heart, despite his own pains, wanted to bring healing to a land losing more lives to the same. Through TED Innovative Solutions, he redefined access. Clean, renewable energy powered by innovation. A digital touch, AI models that learn, breaking affordability's chains. For James, energy isn't just electricity, it's opportunity, it's freedom. James reminds us of this simple truth. Innovation isn't reserved for the few, it's born in the hands of those who dare to dream, who build not just for themselves, for others too. Please join me in celebrating Thomas James Dehimba, recipient of the Moonshot AI for Good Award 2024.
Good evening, everybody. Standing here before you tonight, I'm deeply honored and privileged to get this recognition. This recognition goes a long way to encourage me and my team who are not here to continue to commit to dedicate ourselves to the work that we are doing. Like the video said, I've actually been propelled to travel this journey as way back as while I was in the university studying electrical and electronics engineering, while I witnessed a family tragically lost their life as a result of inhaling toxic fumes from their petrol generator because they couldn't afford renewable energy alternative. And I had to conceptualize and set up a team that we can actually build artificial intelligence learning inside that can actually help us integrate this into hardware that provide portable renewable energy solutions and help them get this product for free, and then using a unique model that is powered by AI to actually generate revenue that we can actually drive growth. And this is a testament that if we continue to use innovations like artificial intelligence for good, we'll continue to drive change in the world. And this it's also an encouragement for us that we are actually going to achieve our big dream, which is to actually grow bigger into producing solar renewable energy products, not just for small businesses, not just for small communities, but to power up bigger communities and industries across sub-Saharan Africa that has over 640 million people that lack access to electricity. Thank you very much.
Everyone. I wanted to say thank you, and it's an absolute pleasure to be here to share this with you and to be sharing our humanity. I'm a scientist, but I choose poetry because I believe that if you speak to somebody politically, they'll respond politically. If you speak academically, they'll respond academically. If you speak with hate, they'll respond with hate. But if you speak with your humanity, they're compelled to respond with your humanity. And I think that's exactly what Yemi has compelled us all to do today. And all of the awardees and all of you here, we are speaking with our humanity. Am I right? So today I'm going to share this poem called People Like Us, so we can rejoice in our humanity and also remember that while we've done so much, there is so much work to be done. And although at the end of this poem I ask a very vital question about what can be found in the desert, like Muhammad was saying, my answer, I know, is that people go there. And with you guys all here, I feel inspired, and I'm excited to be a part of Moonshot with you today. So without further ado, this is People Like Us, and it's about Darfur, where I am from. I wrote it many years ago, but it's very reflective of what's happening now. Memories of my childhood live between the rings of sand around my ankles and the desert heat in my lungs. I still believe that nothing washes worry from tired skin better than the Nile and my grandma's hands. Every day, I go to school with the weight of dead neighbors on my shoulders. The first time I saw bomb smoke, it didn't whine like the heat from the kitchen hearth, but it forced itself on the Darfur sky, smothering the sun with tears that it stole from our bodies. The worst thing about genocide isn't the hunger, the murder, the politics, the government-paid soldiers that chase you across borders and into camps. It's the silence. For 3 months, they closed the schools down because people like us are an eyesore. So the first month, we took it. The second, we waited. The third month, we met underneath the date palm trees, drinking up every second our teachers gave us, turning fruit pits into fractions. On the last day, they came with a message, put them in their place. We didn't stand a chance. Flesh was never meant to dance with silver bullets, so we prayed for the sun to come and melt daggers from our backs. Lifted our voices up to God till the clouds were spent for weeping in the sand. Beneath our toes echoed with the song of every soul that ever walked before us. I hid underneath the bed that day with 4 other people. 12 years later, and I can't help but wonder where my cousins hid when the soldiers torched the houses, threw the bodies in the wells. So if the weapons didn't get you, the poison would, and sometimes they didn't want to use bullets because it would cost them more than we did. But what does it matter? I've seen 16 ways to stop a heart when you build nations on someone's bones. What sense does it make to break them? And one day, when they choked on rifle smoke, my uncles washed the blood from their face. My father carried half the bodies to the hospital and the rest to the grave, and we watched. For every funeral we planned, there were 60 we couldn't. Half the sand in the Sahara tastes a lot like powdered bone, and when the soldiers came, our blood on their ankles. I remember their laces, scarlet footprints on the floor. I remember waking to the sound of hushed voices in the night, etched with the kind of sorrow that turns even the loudest dreams to ash. Our parents came home with broken collarbones and the taste of fear carved into their skin, and it was impossible to believe in anything. Fear is the coldest thing in the desert, and it burns you, bows you down to half your height, and owns you. And no one hears you, because what could grow in the desert anyway? Thank you.
To serve is to be a beacon of hope in someone's storm. The Moonshot Nonprofit Award is celebrating young organizations that achieve the extraordinary. Please give a warm welcome to Johnny McNulty, Director of the McNulty Foundation.
Good evening, everybody. Yes, it is my great honor to present the Moonshot Nonprofit Award. My name is Johnny McNulty. I do work for the McNulty Foundation, and that does make me the guy from New York that Yemi was talking about at the beginning of this evening. However, at our foundation, we don't think that we have those solutions. Rather, we try really hard to do what Yemi asked us to do, which is to get up, to go to the people who are doing the work and to ask them, what do you need? How can we support you? And I just want to talk about how important that is, that act of support is, which is why we're proud to be supporters of Moonshot and why I think everyone in here should be proud that they're here today, because support is really important. We all want to be leaders, and everyone in this room is in their own way. But not everybody can be the person with the crazy idea who goes up and starts doing something new. But one person doing something new is just a crazy person doing something. It's when a second person gets up and says, no, that's actually a really good idea, that makes that permissible for the third, the fourth, the millionth, and the billionth person to join them in that idea. And so it can be really hard to know what to do right now. But it's not that hard to look around and see who you can support. If you don't know what to do, you can find the people who are doing it. And that's okay too for a little bit, and that's actually really, really important. So anyway, I just wanted to say that this award is really important, this organization is really important, and as you go out here, do the work that you're doing, and then also look for those ways to support. Because who you stand next to is really important, and people care about that. People will see who you put your support with, and that will make a huge difference. Just like this award will make a huge difference to the trajectory of these organizations. It is now my honor to announce the winner of the Moonshot 2024 Nonprofit Award. And the award goes to Jovia Kisakie from Uganda with EcoBed Biotech Initiative, who is represented here tonight by her associate, Patrick Saremba. And Elizabeth Anyith Mayan Guy from South Sudan with the Humanity for Youth Initiative. Now, let's please watch this short video about the winner.
Think. A young, curious dreamer in Uganda, gifted with the vision to see the extraordinary in the ordinary, asking, what if waste wasn't discarded or became a possibility? Jovia, leading with purpose as the CEO of EcoBed Biotech. Her groundbreaking innovations turn challenges into solutions. Spoiled milk becomes a mosquito-repelling lotion, shielding families from disease. Organic food waste is transformed by black soldier and red regular flies into nutrient-rich fertilizers and animal feed, boosting agricultural productivity for small-scale farmers. Her work isn't just practical, it's impactful. By reducing methane emissions and creating opportunities for women farmers, Jovia weaves sustainability into the fabric of everyday life. Jovia, you remind us that innovation is not just about invention. It's about intention. Please join me in honoring Jovia Kisakie, a true architect of renewal and the recipient of the Moonshot Nonprofit Award 2024.
congratulations to the winner of the Moonshot Award. I'm reminded of those early days when the idea of turning spoiled milk into a mosquito-repellent lotion felt like an impossible dream. I was driven by personal pain due to frequent malaria episodes. This, coupled with a vision to create something meaningful from hundreds of liters of milk that are wasted per day, this ignited me to create EcoBed initiative. Fast forward to today, winning the Moonshot Award is a humbling validation of that dream. I've learned firsthand within my organization that money alone cannot create a lasting impact. That is why I am deeply grateful to the Moonshot team for providing not only financial support, but also mentorship and access to a global network. This guidance is exactly what we need to scale our project. I am grateful to the judges that believed in me, and being part of the Moonshot Award is a testament that even the smallest organizations in low-income countries can achieve extraordinary things with the right support. Thank you so much.
When nurtured by youthful passion, even the smallest seed can reach extraordinary heights. Up next is the Moonshot Idea Award. Please welcome Peter Schmid, General Partner at Rockaway Ventures, a proud patron of the Moonshot Awards. Let's give him a warm Moonshot welcome.
Good evening, everyone. It's really great to be here. Thank you, Yemi and the Moonshot team, for bringing us here together. Thank you very much. Although I must say I got a little bit too excited by the auction. So also like Yemi, I started sweating a little bit. And I just would like to really give a strong round of applause to Lucas for this incredible auction and for the impact tonight. We are really proud at Rockaway that we can be the patrons of this award because first, it is an award for a person early in this person's life, so often before the graduation from university or before even entering the university. And second, it's for an idea that is in a very early phase of its life. So this combination really calls for special encouragement and for special support, because at this time of the idea, this is really what can make a difference. And last, what I want to say is a question. Who is here from a small country? Can you raise your hand? From a small country? Okay, quite a few. I'm from Czechia, from a small country. There as well, hello. From a small country in Central and Eastern Europe, and it doesn't matter if it's 10 or 11 million people, like some people discussed yesterday at the Czech Philharmonic concert. And so you all know that if you want to make an idea big from a small country, you need to think global from the very start. And I think that's what is in Moonshot's DNA, and that's what is in the DNA of this award. So let's have a look at who are the three finalists. And I know it is later in the evening and some people left, but please, let's give them a proper round of applause. So the stronger, the less people are now in the room. And let's have a look at them. Okay, so the three finalists of Moonshot Idea Award 2024 are Simon Klinga from Czech Republic with Lasar. Kevin Ton from Benin with Keju Valor. And Zachary Dice from USA with Thrive Well. Okay, let's have a look now at the video with the winner.
In a vast universe of possibilities, we found the ones who dream of bridging the stars to forge a sustainable tomorrow. Simon Klinger, born in the Czech Republic in the winter of 2007. A scholar of science, Simon's vision breaks new ground, pushing the boundaries of innovation and discovery. At just 16, he won a global competition with his team, Laser. Using laser precision to wake up unresponsive satellites and clearing pathways through orbit. At the exhibition Mars Project, he's lived the challenges of space exploration, 100 hours in the spaceship simulator, preparing to lead a future filled with explorers, inspiring a love for discovery with the European Space Agency. Simon, your ideas challenge limits, inspire generations, and pave the way for a brighter tomorrow. You're one of the coolest ever. Tonight, we honor you, and the future is yours to shape. Congratulations, Simon Klinger, winner of the Moonshot Idea Award 2024.
Well, thank you a lot. I mean, it really feels like being at the big kids table for me. Let's now really quickly talk about what I'm doing. Have you ever imagined what happens when satellites like these collide in space? Generally, what happens is that they spill like Lego particles. And to be honest, we all know how it hurts to step on a Lego particle. And now imagine that each of them is flying 28,000 kilometers per hour. Hurts a lot, can be a danger for other satellites, for astronauts. And therefore, with my teammates, we are working on a method how to restart satellite in space when they stop communicating using lasers. This is why we are laser. And also on a method how to use lasers to slow down these space debris particles so they burn down in the atmosphere much earlier than they would normally. That said, who of you ever wanted to be an astronaut? Do we have some? Who of you ever wanted to be a garbage man? Yeah, for those of you who raised your hands twice, we probably have a dream job. A space bitch man. So, in just 2 weeks, we are launching our own satellite on Falcon 9 from California, hoping to test the method in practice. And also hoping to show that it is possible, even for the high school students, to literally shoot for the stars. Thank you.
One, two, sound. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, I would like to bring on stage Václav Pavlečka from United Founders for the announcement. We have a last big announcement. Václav, the stage is yours.
All right, 1, 2. Ladies and gentlemen, such a privilege to be here. What I would like to announce here is something that will add to a scale of what Yemi and you all are doing. But before we get there, I would like to have one big round of applause for all of you game changers and moonshotters, because the stories that I have heard today are really moving, and it's something that is deeply inspiring. So please, big round of applause for all of you. it is really something extra. I am from venture capital, so I am used to listen to stories, but this is a whole different level. And I think of it as a sort of a trip to a moon, really. Some of the stories are so moving and so important that they need resources, right? And what are the key resources? It's heart, and I have seen a lot of heart and spirit and ideas in here. And the other resources is probably fuel. And the fuel is something that we're going to provide. We have put together the community of more than 10,000 users, 10,000 founders from different countries. So we have founders from Paris, we have founders from Berlin, we have founders from Vienna, we have founders from Prague, we have founders from Bratislava, and we have also founders from New York. And now we're partnering up with Yemi and with Moonshot, and we're happy to announce that we'll be investing into the finalists over the course of next year's more than $5 million. So let's make a dent. Thank you very much.
Let's meet impactful young founders who prove that the sky is not the limit. Up next is the Moonshot Startup Award. Please welcome Jewel Burks, Managing Partner at Collab Capital and Moonshot Mentor, along with Jan Betnarsch, founder of Shipmonk and a board member of Moonshot Platform.
All right, we're the last award of the night. So this is a special, special honor. And thank you so much, Yemi and the entire Moonshot team. When I have been sitting here and listening to all of these amazing stories, I've been thinking about this African proverb, which I'm sure many of you have heard of, if you want to go fast, go alone, but if you want to go far, go together. And I think the Moonshot platform is really the exemplary example of how important it is for founders and leaders to have community. And when I think about my own journey, I was a young founder, 23 years old when I started a company, and the missing piece for me was community. And so the Moonshotters really, really nourish these relationships and support each other, and you're already doing it, I see it. But that is just so critical and so beautiful to see what's already forming between you all. So I'll pass it to you.
Thank you, Jules. First of all, Yemi, thank you for, I think it's been since my first Oscars, this was my dream to give an envelope to the winner. So really appreciate you fulfilling my childhood dream. You know, the reason I joined Moonshot and the board about a year ago is really mainly because of my personal story. When I was 17, I moved to the US and I had a sole dream of starting a business one day. And about 10 years ago, I was exactly in the seats of these young, amazing entrepreneurs. I joined a business plan competition through a similar program like Moonshot. And I ended up winning an award, joining the accelerator program, and the community and the resources and the mentors and really just everybody, including the other companies in the program, were a massive reason for the success of my business and why I am where I am today. So, you know, it may seem, I mean, the journey of entrepreneurship is so difficult, and, you know, having that support system, and it's very lonely, so having that support system of friends and mentors and the community is so valuable. So that's why I'm here, and I couldn't be happier to support these incredible businesses. And with that, I think we're going to announce and thank you for not allowing us to read the winners, because I'm sure we would screw it up, so we'll just lead the finalists and let the system announce the winner. So the finalists are Adekuye from Nigeria with Kamin Technologies Cooling Hubs. If you're here, please stand up. Get a round of applause. Teresa Pivna from the Czech Republic with InSync. And Adolfo Martin Vidal Ruiz from Mexico with Salal Mex.
and let's see who the winner is.
Where dreams often grow in quiet defiance, a young scientist, at just 15, Adolfo Vidal found purpose in pain. In 2016, he lost his father to brain cancer. Devastated and grieving, yet from that tragedy, he discovered his mission. His first invention, a motorized adapter to transform wheelchairs into electric ones, was more than just a project offering mobility and dignity to those who needed it the most. That was just the beginning. From those humble roots grew Mex, a startup born in the heart of a kitchen. Experimentation, failure, discovery. A formula forged from pineapple waste, transforming discarded remnants into eco-friendly innovation. Today, Mex reshapes industries with bioplastics, biodegradable diapers, and sustainable biotech, earning recognition from MIT, Babson, and Enactus for building a healthier planet. Adolfo, if your father were here, I'm sure he wouldn't hesitate to say, I am proud of you. And tonight, we honor him and celebrate you. Adolfo Vidal, recipient of the Moonshot Startup Award 2024.
Oh God, I think I'm receiving like a Grammy tonight. First of all, thank you to the platform, to the Moonshot platform and all of you that are here. This award represents almost 3 years of research, not just made by myself, made by a great scientist and technician that I made during my biotech engineering career that it's over here, Eduardo Mendez, a big scientist from Mexico City. And well, this award also means like a new path, a new evolution for Mexican science, because we do make science and with pineapples. So guys, who here likes pineapples? Raise your hands. Okay. I'm going to tell you a little bit of what we're doing in Mex. We are transforming pineapple waste into the new generation of sustainable raw materials so that we can make diapers, bioplastics, sanitary pads, and all more. So thank you, everyone. And the next time you see a pineapple, remember that within it lies the possibility to change the world one diaper at a time.
And I'm getting some backstage information from Yemi that we have another winner of this category. The competition was so fierce that we actually had to choose 2 winners. So let's see who the next winner is.
Just imagine pouring years of your soul into the land only to see it wither and slip away like water you can't hold. What will break within you? And what will rise? Born in August 1994, Nigeria, Adekoye Kuye, founder of Kamim Technologies, has become a builder of possibilities, turning old lifeless generators into solar-powered hope. He creates cold rooms that preserve harvests and futures. His work reaches farmers, families, and communities, connecting thousands to clean energy. Omayemi, Woseyi, my brother, you've done well. With every innovation, you electrify a future full of promise. Let us celebrate Adekoye Kuye, a trailblazer turning power into purpose. Winner of the Moonshot Startup Award 2024.
I want to say a very big thank you to the Moonshot platform. I think this award comes very timely. I come from Nigeria, the most populous, ouch, the most populous black nation on the planet with over 220 million people. And more than half of that population are smallholder farmers that are largely underserved. We have almost 45% of the population that do not have access to electricity. That is like something that is very common in this part of the world, but it's a luxury in a lot of communities in Nigeria. And this is the problem we're solving, one community at a time, not just providing access to electricity, but electricity for productive users through these cooling hubs, since we have a very large population that are farmers. So we are providing technologies that will make them more productive, that will boost their resilience, that will boost their income, and of course, have access to energy. Energy is the backbone of any modern economy, and without it, there is no economy that cannot grow. And this is why we're solving this problem at Kamim. So thank you very much for this opportunity and platform. For those that build hardware, you know it's not easy. It takes a lot of capital, and we have to pull every resources. We have to build what we do. This year, we've empowered over 2,500 smallholder farmers. We've connected them to energy for productive users. We have 3 large cooling hubs. We are saving emissions through each of these cooling hubs. And yeah, so to the moon. Thank you very much.
All right, folks, that concludes our program. A round of applause for all of you for enduring, for supporting, raising your paddles. Thank you all so very much. Follow us on our website. We stream a lot of stuff that's going on. You can continue to follow our programs and learn about the impact that you've made. Next up, right now, entertainment. Yeah, we have Brandon. Who knows Brandon? Yeah, a part of our community, super talented. Yemi says Brandon's a little bit of Bruno Mars meets Prince. I can't wait to see Brandon, so stick around. This is happening right now. Enjoy, stand up, dance, whatever you want to do. Feel the good vibes, and thank you again for everything you did for the Moonshot Awards.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming a true multi-talent, a singer, designer, engineer, and proud Moonshot young leader, Brendan Hightower.
All right, Moonshot, y'all ready? Y'all ready to dance with me? Are we gonna party tonight? Let's go, Moonshot. There's so many inspiring projects tonight. Now we're gonna dance the night away. Can we do that together? Hey, yeah. Saw you in my dreams last night. Couldn't get you off my mind. Perfect picture, so divine. And girl, I can't believe you're mine. And it's just the simple things you do that make me fall so in love with you. You give me a rush. You give me a rush, babe. You give me a rush. You give me a rush, darling. All right, Moonshot, I want to see some energy. I know it's been a long night, a lot of awards, but we're dancing tonight. Can we party? They're gonna party with me tonight. Let's do it. Hey, yeah. Let's take it up. Yeah. Thinking back to last weekend. Yeah. Nasty things that you did then. Said you brought out something deep within me. And I'm never gonna see the same again. You transformed a whole new form. And girl, I liked it. It was so exciting. You whipped your hair. Feel that back. Felt yourself. Know how to act. And girl, it's just the simple things you do that make me fall so in love with you. Girl, it's just the simple things you do that make me fall so in. Yeah! You give me a rush. You give me a rush, babe. You give me a rush. You give me a rush, darling. You give me your rush. You give me your rush, babe. You give me your rush. You give me your rush, darling. Yeah! All right. Let's get some energy. I want y'all to stand up with me. One time. Can we get up? Get on your feet. All right. Now we're going to try something. Can y'all repeat after me? You're going to sing with me. Let's try it. Hey. Yeah. Say, girl, it's just the simple things you do that make me fall so in love with you. Hey, yeah. And girl, it's just the simple things you do that make me fall so in. Yeah. Girl, it's just the simple things you do that make me fall so in love. You give me your rush. You give me your rush, babe. You give me your rush. You give me your rush, darling. You give me your rush. Hey. Give me your rush, babe. You give me your rush. Give me your rush, darling. Yeah. What? Yeah. We gonna party tonight. Turn it up. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. What I want y'all to do is dance with me. Can we do that? Can y'all dance with me? Let's go. Hey. And it burns like fire, get a rush like aeroplane. My desire rests inside your hand. And it burns like fire, get a rush like aeroplane. My desire rests inside your hands. Oh, yeah. All right, Moonshot. Y'all are so beautiful. Can we get some noise for the Moonshot young leaders? We've done so much good tonight, and now we're gonna party the night away together. Can we do that? All right. Yimmy, it's on you, Yimmy. Hey, Yimmy, it's on you, Yimmy. Let's see it. What? 1, 2, Yimmy. Hey, make a move, make a move, make a move. Hey. Woo! Okay, yeah. Woo! That's right. Whoa. All right. Thank y'all, Moonshot. You've been beautiful. Whoa. Uh-huh. Y'all know how to party. This is a party tonight. Whoa. Yeah. All right. Woo. Hey. Yeah. To the after party. It's an after party. It's an after party. It's an after party.